I know you have
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, people and programs. My name is Al, the Retroactive Android, and welcome back to
carrying out your orders, Lieutenant.
Starcraft Brood War. We are under attack already. Okay, you need to lift off
Base
and
is
get
under
down
attack.
over there. You need to lift off and get down over there. We're just going to try to get free as soon as possible. You need to run like hell, and Kerrigan needs to cloak and get the frick out of there. Get to the defenses. We must guard ourselves. Alright, how are we looking right now? We've got 2 resource reserves right now. One of them is under heavy attack, and I don't think we're going to be able to keep it protected. So we're going to fall back there, and we're going to focus on armoring this main island up. We've got some crystal, but unfortunately it's not a lot. I don't think it's going to be enough. But we don't really have an option. This is a lot more resources, but we gotta actually get a defense set up. We do now, however, have the detector in terms of the science vessel.
Insufficient
We do not...
gas.
Okay. Let me go ahead and make 4 more SCVs. We're going to go ahead and get started on that. They're going to go ahead and destroy our depot there, which is going to reduce a lot of our capability, which will suck. But, hey, we do the best we can with what we have. We definitely want to armor up. That's one of the big things. We want to suck out all those resources, get armored up, and get to the point where we can claim these resources. Because as they are right now, they're going to be difficult. Now, funnily enough, we don't need any abilities on the science vessel. They can be used for advanced techniques, but this is meant to be a guide for people who have struggled to make this kind of thing work, so I'm not going to be going into advanced techniques like that. Instead, I'm going to be focusing on the simple technique of just using it as a mobile detector, which, frankly, is already all you need from it. I'm going to go ahead and send another 2 people over there. We're going to take these vultures. We're going to station them there, which, whatever, vultures suck, but they gotta live, I guess. Got another 2 units over there. You are going to suck down Crystal.
I'm ready.
And then attach control tower and science facility. We're going to go ahead and attach a control tower to that, because the goal is just to get basically our feet under us right now. We want to get our feet under us so we can charge in here.
Add-on complete.
This, by the way, this is the section that I was talking about when I said that this is where I have read the official guide. Because the official guide said we could take the high road, which goes up through here. We could take the low road, which goes through here, and both of them will see heavy fighting. We are doing neither.
Complete.
Because neither one, in my opinion, is actually effective. And we have siege tank mode! Heck yeah! So we have the full mobile defense setup available to us. We're going to make 3 more SCVs, and that should be all we need, honestly. We're going to put the barracks next to each other, but we're going to be using the machine shop more. Because now that we have siege tanks and Goliaths, the machine shop is key. What else can we make right now? We are going to still make a basic academy. What failed to build? Just put that there. Thank you, thank you. So we already do have the engineering bay. I don't think we're going to do a lot with it. We're also not going to do any of the research on this thing. The only reason why we have this attached is so we can make more science vessels if need be. Alright. You guys back up a bit, because clearly we are going to be suffering attacks down this central line. So I'm going to have you put a bunker. This is going to be the only bunker we make this mission, right there. Make that, and then research siege mode, which is the only research that we'll need out of this thing. That's honestly probably one of the best tips that I can give you early in this mission, especially as we get into later campaigns. Don't spend money you don't have to. You don't have to upgrade everything. You only have to upgrade what you plan to use. For us, it's going to be Goliaths and siege tanks. Those are the keys. So we don't really have to do anything else. Now, okay, frick. We've already got a problem, which is this. We have wraiths, which can be significant trouble, especially since they can cloak now. But we can send this guy over, and he is a detector. So now,
research complete.
These guys can attack it.
Commander, outstanding.
There we go.
Rock and roll.
Now, unfortunately, that's not great for our situation at all.
Reporting for duty.
I want you to get us more Vespane, and you two to go in there. Now, we can also use, and I'm actually going to go ahead and build that, a ComSat station to quickly scan an area and reveal invisible targets. It's just not as efficient. Let's go ahead and still get the range upgrade for Marines, even if we're not going to be using them super heavily, just so we can defend better. And we'll get another 2 Marines to finish filling up that bunker. How's our minerals looking? We're still actually not looking too bad. We got another 5,000 available to us.
Complete.
That's really solid. Go ahead and put you on 0. And that is where we need to get this guy, this SCV carrying the psi emitter. Now that we're harvesting pretty well, let's go ahead and set a rally point for you, and you get in the bunker.
You want a piece of me, boy? Jacked up and good to go.
Go ahead and go in there. Now I am going to have this guy real quick build a missile turret up top, because it appears that that's where we're getting attacked from. But this right here, we want vehicle weapons before anything else. There we go. Now he's building that. Good, good, good. And now, let's go ahead. Let's get our first siege tank.
Upgrade complete.
Let's get our first 2. Let's get our first 2 siege tanks. And this is going to start explaining to you what the mobile defense is. Because the science vessel is also a key part of it.
Excellent.
You have 1 science vessel, maybe 2, key-binded so you can quickly move it around. And then you have equal amounts of Goliaths and siege tanks. That is the mobile defensive perimeter. You tell the Goliaths to hold position next to the siege tanks, you tell the siege tanks to go into siege mode, and whenever there's invisibility you gotta worry about, you have this guy fly around.
Ready to roll out. Destination. Delighted to serve.
He's very enthusiastic, which is nice. But yeah, he's gonna go in siege mode real quick. And here's actually a very interesting fact for you. The range of siege mode is actually larger than the view range of the siege tank. So, if I take a science vessel and fly it over there, for example, Let's say that there was an enemy out of view range. The siege tank could still hit it.
Let's roll.
Let me take a look real quick.
Excellent.
Alright, so they do have a siege tank right there. So we're going to go ahead and pull this guy back.
Orders,
We've got a
Captain.
missile there. Let's go ahead and put a second one in, just to be safe. And then we're going to go ahead and make 4 more SCVs.
Yes, sir.
Now I want you to
Proceeding.
go over there. And the reason why I want you over there is you're going to go siege mode.
SCV good to go, sir.
And now you're helping cover this area.
Job's finished.
But unfortunately, we've got an airborne crew coming in.
Your forces are under attack.
Which is quite unfortunate because none of these can actually hit air. Luckily, the missile tower can, and 1 missile tower is enough to take out 2 of those guys.
Orders, Captain.
It is probably going to be... Okay, it's still intact. Now, I want you two to do mining. You... We're going to do something crazy. We're going to build a second command center. Not near any resources, for the purpose of moving in to clear out resources.
Identify target.
And you go ahead, you fortify yourself.
I read you. Roger that.
Part of the reason I don't like the vultures is they're just jerks. Alright, now we have Goliaths and siege tanks available to us. This is still researching weaponry, but that's fine. Now that we've got both available to us, it's just a matter of building
Additional supply depots.
supply
required.
depots. It's just a matter of building
Upgrade
supply
complete.
depots. Let's go ahead and put one right there. And we'll also do vehicle weapons level 2, because now we can go further beyond. You'll note that that already gave 5 extra damage to our shot cannon, which isn't crazy, but 70 damage to 75, or 70 damage to 80, can make a difference.
I read you.
The armor in particular is going to be extremely beneficial once we start upgrading the armor side. But we do want to be a little bit patient and make sure that we have all of that ready. Let's see.
We have you on visual.
We've still got this guy. He's got the 1 armor. He's got EMP Shockwave and Irradiate. He's got Defensive
Job's
Matrix.
finished.
It's mostly just we're waiting on supply depots now. Happily, we have a lot of space on this map. We have quite a lot of space, which is really nice. I keep accidentally jerking things around. Alright, let's go ahead and build 2 more siege tanks, just get them started. What job just
Yes,
finished?
sir.
Oh, that one.
Job's finished.
Alright, you go ahead. You build a
Report
supply
for duty.
depot right there. You build a supply depot right there. You build a supply depot right there.
I can't build it. Something's in the way. I read you.
Just wait 10 seconds. There we go. So now we're making siege tanks. There we go. That's a half squad. That's 6 of them. We probably are going to want 12 siege tanks and 24 Goliaths. 3 full squads. Problem is, we may not have enough minerals for that, so we might have to go in and clean these minerals a bit early.
Job's finished. Orders, Captain. Job's finished.
We definitely are going to need a lot more supply depots to make this strat work, because
I read you.
in total we would have 36 units, right?
Ready to roll out.
We would have a full 36 units, but in addition to a
Not enough
full
minerals.
36 units, we're talking about That being 72 supplies. We need 72 supplies just for those squads.
Orders, sir. Proceeding. Delighted to serve.
He's so upbeat. It's so nice.
Destination. Job's finished.
You move over there and you siege tank. Alright. Now we've got 108, so probably the next set will make it enough.
Orders, Captain. Yes, sir.
Not enough minerals.
The mineral struggle is real. The mineral struggle is absolutely real. And this right here is why I was emphasizing you want to be good at being greedy when it comes to minerals episodes ago. Because if you don't, it's going to be rough. How many are here? I can't click on them when we're not in range.
Job's finished.
Comsat station's been done for a while. Put that on 0. Let's go ahead. Let's scan. What are we dealing with up here? Looks like 3 Marines and a siege tank. What about over here? Marine, Goliath, siege tank, couple missile towers. Okay, so this is firmly enemy territory, but you see, this is where we're going to be going through.
Upgrade complete.
We're going to be basically going straight for their lightly defended guts and churning through up. I know that sounds kind of gross, but that is how we're doing it. And level 3. Level 3 weaponry.
Not enough minerals.
Siege tanks are very expensive, but they are very worth it. They have, I think, the longest range of any unit in the game. And range is vital. Being able to outrange your opponent is half the battle. Because if you get the first shot off and you're dealing 85 damage a shot, that's GG. That is an easy GG. You do that, and you do that. Just get minerals in my belly. Alright, so we've got full 6 of those right now. Let's switch tack. Let's build a few Goliaths before we run out of minerals up here, so we have all our bases covered when we expand. And the reason why we have this command center is because we can move it. We're going to drop it right in the middle of this as soon as we can. We're not going to build an extra factory because, frankly, I don't think we can afford it. So, at this point, it's just kind of a waiting game.
Goliath online.
Alright. We've got the first Goliath going. I'm going to do a half squad of Goliaths and a half squad of siege tanks to do the initial clear out and defense of this area, so we can mine the rest of the minerals and whatnot. Frick me. Okay. You guys are going to be part of Unit 3. You guys need to attack your way over here, because we are currently losing a lot right now. We are losing a lot of good SCVs. We're losing a couple towers.
Goliath online.
Boom. There we go. Alright guys, get back down here. What that likely means is we want to have a little bit of defense up here, but frankly, anything we spend on defense would probably be too expensive for what we're trying to do. So instead, we're going to grit our teeth and hope it doesn't come back to bite us.
Goliath online.
You go in there. Let's create a few more SCVs, actually. We've got 4 Goliaths so far. That's good. That's good stuff. They are going to keep attacking,
Good to go, sir.
which does kind of suck.
Reporting for duty.
Let's go ahead. Let's put down new missile turret right there. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put down 1 bunker up here just to keep us covered, just to prevent that kind of thing from happening again. It's expensive. It's really damn expensive, but I don't... We're playing it safe. We need to play it safe. One strategy that you could use is you could try to make, like, 6 wraiths and have them as your rapid response core. You'll even see us use this strategy later. But for this mission, it's a little bit overkill, especially when your resources are this limited.
Goliath online. You want a piece of me, boy?
We've got that unit.
Go ahead, TACOM.
You guys are Unit 1. Alright, so Unit 1, you're going to attack your way up here. Unit 3, tank mode.
SCV good to go, sir.
You guys are going to move all the way up here.
Upgrade complete.
Alright, that is weapons fully upgraded, and now we start on the armor.
Systems functional.
Okay, they're stimming, which kinda sucks, but whatever.
You want a piece of me, boy? Absolutely.
Alright. Now that we're getting... We lost 2 Goliaths in that, which sucks, but it's livable. We're gonna go ahead, take this guy, put him there in siege mode. We're gonna take this guy, put him right there in siege. We want a Goliath right there to hold position. We want a Goliath right there to hold position. And now,
Your forces
we
are
want
under attack.
Science Vessel Squad 4 to get over here.
Identify target. Move it.
You siege tank need to get over here.
Absolutely.
You siege it up.
Destination.
You, we want down there.
Systems yes, sir. Proceeding.
You go over there. You go right there. And the reason why is you're gonna go ahead and siege up there. You go ahead and sit right there. And you are going to hold position right there.
Channel open. Identify target. Destination.
You siege it up.
Identify target.
And now let's get this last siege tank right here. Until it's to siege up. Alright. We should be largely safe now.
Go ahead, TACOM.
You come down here. We can now go ahead, lift this guy off, and land it right next to all those sweet, sweet minerals. Because you can see, we're running a little bit low on those sweet, sweet minerals. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a bunch of these guys as well and tell them, hey, rich ground's over here. Because we got enough guys finishing up sucking down that bit. Alright, so now if I do this, it's just out of range. That's kind of sad. Alright. Let's go ahead, let's start getting the other 6 siege tanks up and running. Because we only need the 12. You build a missile turret right there real quick. You guys get in the bunker. And we are going to need a new unit soon. That's very convenient, and now they'll start going a lot more easily. And they just finished up that source, so the timing was kind of perfect.
Orders received.
Go mine that up.
Orders
And
counter.
you,
Ready
and
to
you,
roll out.
I want to come over
Roger
here.
Upgrade complete.
Actually, you should be there too. Alright, and vehicle plating upgrade. We got a lot of SCVs, we're just going to be sucking things down. Get another siege tank. Go ahead and tell them their rally point is actually right there.
Orders, sir.
So they're all in the right place.
Delighted to, sir.
And now if they ever try to attack us, they have to face siege tanks and Goliaths, which is a very, very strong combination.
Roger that. Orders received.
Make sure you repair all that.
Orders received.
Comlink online.
Yeah, anything that's damaged needs repairs.
Greetings,
Go ahead,
Commander.
Capcom.
Destination.
And then you go ahead, build a refinery for Vespane.
Channel open. Go ahead, TACOM.
The fact that you can queue up repairs is really cool.
Ready to roll out. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
You finish
Right
repairing
away,
that,
sir.
that.
Orders received. Orders, sir.
You're full, you're
Systems
full,
functional.
you need help, you need help, you're
Job
full.
finished.
You see? They wander a little too close. Boom. Doesn't matter. They just get destroyed. Because Marines only have 60 HP, and these deal 85 damage. So Marines go down in one shot.
Ready to roll out.
Now, part of the reason the Goliaths are going to be very necessary is because there is a battle cruiser up here, right? There is a battle cruiser we're going to have to deal with, and we need to be ready. Let's see. How's the squad looking? All fully repaired. Good stuff. Let's go ahead, get more crystal faster. And you're finishing up that. Cool, cool, cool. See, this is where
Ready to roll out. Yes, sir.
how much are these? Another... You know what? At this point, we can afford to make a second machine shop.
Identify target.
I want you guys to go ahead and move
Delighted to, sir.
up real quick.
Proceeding.
Actually going to move you up a little bit further than the others.
SCV good to go, sir. Absolutely.
So you're going to sit right there, and then siege mode.
Ready to roll out.
And that's a building gone. And there's a person gone. And there's a tank gone. There's nothing quite as satisfying
Yes, sir.
as getting all of your siege tanks to just implode everything.
Channel open.
Destination.
You,
Identify target.
you,
Orders, sir.
Base is under attack.
Identify
and
target.
you guys are the new squad 3. There we go. Perfect. Fully defended.
Yes, sir.
You go siege mode 2.
Systems functional.
Alright. Now, it's time to get another... Not science facility. To get another factory going.
Upgrade complete.
We're going to go ahead and just slap that right there. And now, we get to do the final upgrade for the vehicles. That one. Just 3 dudes collecting Vespane. That's all that's left of this base. 3 dudes collecting Vespane from a geyser that's not depleted yet. Okay. Now, you... 5 Goliaths.
Orders, Captain?
And as soon as this is done, it's going to start churning out Goliaths as well. That's the whole idea. We want Goliaths. Because we have a dozen siege tanks now. And a dozen siege tanks should be plenty. Now, I'll just show you real quick. The fight through the top route thing, you'll see that that's mostly blank. But you'll see there's some hard fighting to go through the top over there. Bunkers, siege tanks, all that kind of stuff. They're ready for you to go through the top lane. Which is why we don't do that. There we go.
I read you. Right
Get
away,
us more
sir.
crystal. Goliath. There we go. Alright, so we have 4 Goliaths right now. Technically 5. We're building another 10. We need 24, so we need another 9 after this. You'll note that our Vespane is absolutely fine. We don't need it that much. And that's kind of a recurring theme right up until you hit Ghosts. Ghosts let you invest more Vespane than minerals for a given, essentially, infantry unit. So having whole squads of Ghosts isn't super stupid once you have the capacity. Because Vespane's infinite, minerals aren't. This reminds me a bit. That was a time that I played the original Warcraft. Yes, the original Warcraft. That was a really fun game. It was very cheesable. It was very cheesable, but it was very fun.
Go ahead, TACOM.
So that's the squad, plus those guys. We're going to be squad 1, plus you is squad 1. Squad 1, I want you all to gather up right over here. And then, as soon as these last 2 are ready, that'll be squad 2.
Systems functional.
There we go, squad 1. Go join your buddies.
Goliath online.
Squad 1 also now includes
Comlink
you.
online.
And you're going to group in with your buddies.
Acknowledged, HQ.
Now, for you guys, you are now producing members of Squad 2, which we only need to load this one more Goliath, and we'll have the entirety of Squad 2 queued up. You'll note we're only 25 minutes into this mission at this point.
Goliath online.
Now, to be fair, we're only 25 minutes in, and we've only got, like, our base. But the army that we're building to wipe everything out is not a joke. It's not an exaggeration. We are going to clear the map with this. While this is going on, let me show you what the low road looks like. We still have to deal with siege tanks and bunkers. And we have, yep, right there, another siege tank. Both high road and low road are a little frustrating. Not even just a little. They're frustrating to deal with. They're not something fun. They're not something interesting. They don't do anything unique. So we go through the bottom here and chew our way north. And it's going to be hard fighting. We're going to lose a lot of units.
Upgrade complete.
But there's a reason for it. We're just going to chew through. Now, at this point, we are out of vehicle upgrades, but you'll note we multiplied our siege tank's armor by 4.
Systems functional.
We multiplied our Goliath's armor by a factor of 4. Our missiles now do 32 damage a shot. Keep in mind,
Base
these
system intact.
do 20 and cannot be upgraded. Ta-da! We're still repulsing attacks with 2 missile turrets and 2 bunkers. Overprotecting
Goliath
is
online.
something that I fell into repeatedly when I first played this game. I got so into this mode of build yourself an iron wall and attack out of it, but you have to be able to be flexible. Overspending in your defense ruins your capacity for offense. You have to be willing to say, no, I can go with a lesser defense. This will be enough to hold things off. I can do like a flexible defense, like what I have here with the Goliaths and the siege tanks, because it's all I need.
Goliath
And this
online.
is actually our offensive squad too. So it's a sort of double duty kind of thing. And it reduces how much we have to pay in order to get this lined up. Let's go ahead and do one more ping over here. So theoretically, the low road
Goliath
is going
online.
to go straight into their heart of their base. But again, we're not going through there. We're not going through either of those roads. We're chewing up from the bottom. And we're going to clear out this entire base before we send in the SCV, because that's satisfying. That's the intention. Alright, you guys, you're Unit 2. 1, 2, 3. Alright, 3 go tank mode. Now,
Systems
Unit
functional.
1, I want you to attack your way over here. Unit 2, attack over here. Unit 3, move. And 4, I actually want you to just follow a Goliath.
Orders, sir.
And the reason why y'all are moving... Alright, 4, move.
Destination.
We've hit resistance, so we siege mode. What resistance? The volleys that can come out of these things are insane. Look at this. Look at the volleys.
Your forces are under attack.
Alright, siege tanks, form up. We need you to advance. Get further in. And siege up. Yes, we are using what is arguably a mode designed for defense for offense.
Target designated.
Destination.
And the sheer number of Goliaths we have is doing significant work as well. What's under attack over here? Oh, they're circling around. They want to try and attack from multiple angles. And there's that thing we had to kill. I didn't even get a chance to show you the battleship because we killed it so fast. Alright.
Your forces are under attack.
I'm well aware my forces are under attack. I'm the one doing the attacking. Alright, science vessel, advance. Alright, there we go. Now de-siege.
Your forces are under attack.
And advance. You, come up here. You guys, get over here.
Your forces are under attack.
I am well aware my forces are under attack, blah, blah, blah.
Destination.
Now, where's the ramp to get up here? There it is.
It too, sir.
Systems functional.
Alright, you guys attack over here. You attack over
Yes,
here.
sir.
Because why not? Why not just finish annihilating? They emptied the bunkers. They emptied their bunkers in order to try and stop us.
Orders, sir. Absolutely.
Go ahead, TACOM. Comlink online.
Orders, sir.
Yep, go ahead. Attack. Because why not? They pulled out everything they had and it didn't work.
Channel open. TACOM locked.
How many units did we lose?
Go ahead, TACOM.
Let's be fair, it wasn't an insignificant amount. We lost a lot of good Goliaths. Alright,
Comlink online.
let's clear this thing out.
Delighted to, sir.
Systems functional.
Destination.
We're just clearing out everything, just because we can. Why not?
Absolutely. Move it.
Oh,
Receiving
science vessel, get over
headquarters.
here.
Orders, sir. Absolutely. Proceeding. Delighted to, sir.
Science vessel's gonna take a minute to get over here, unfortunately, but yeah, happens. They try cloaking and it doesn't work because science vessel go burr.
Delighted to, sir.
Delighted to, sir! I unironically sometimes repeat that to myself even when there's no one around and I'm not recording. Because it's just... it's such a fun line to say. My god, it's so strong. Alright, now you. Go ahead, go over there, and then go up there. That's the mission done.
Destination.
Channel open.
Destination. Delighted to, sir.
Let's finish killing. Let's finish just finishing everything off. What's over here? Empty. Aside from a vulture. Okay, okay. So they decided to use the vultures. That's probably why they lost, because vultures suck. And let's try that. Oh, one ship left. Alright, alright. Let's have you go over there.
Systems functional.
Your forces are under attack.
Acknowledged, HQ.
Emitter in place.
There we go.
Just promise me we'll never do anything like this again.
Can't promise.
We will do whatever it takes to save humanity.
Yep.
Our responsibility is too great to do any less.
It's a little scummy. Alright, thank you everybody so much for watching. If you want to see the next episode in which I go after the big push, then be sure to let me know and subscribe to the channel. What is also really awesome is we're going to do the cutscene for the next episode right now. Units, did we destroy them all? Yep, we destroyed every last member of Delta Squad. The Zerg, lured by the Psi-emitter's signal, descended upon the unsuspecting Confederate forces and annihilated them. Once again, the Protoss fleet, under the command of High Templar Tassadar, arrived and incinerated the planet. And now, the big push.
Greetings, Commander. Receiving incoming transmission.
The time of our final strike against the Confederacy is close at hand. Before we can strike at Tarsonis itself, however, we must break through the Confederacy's most potent defenses. General Duke will brief you.
I've defended Tarsonis in over 30 major battles, so I know its defenses inside and out. There are 3 primary orbital platforms that serve as staging areas for the Confederate fleet. If we assault the central platform, we should cause enough of a ruckus to allow a small force to break through the planetary defenses.
General,
Okay.
I'm impressed. I never figured you for the frontal assault type.
Well, the Confederates have Omega and Delta Squadron troops defending the platform.
Okay.
But they're nothing compared to my Alpha Squadron boys.
Right.
Fair enough. All right. And this is the mission that nukes are introduced in. Fun fact, this is the mission that I got stuck on when I first played it. So let me show you how we get through it in the next episode. Have a wonderful day and peace.